What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? Welcome to the ICanB show, where we talk about everything we could be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Back again on a Monday. I am your host, ICB, and I am very happy to be here forever and always. Y'all know that I show up every week because this is something that I really love. It's been a minute since you guys seen the last ICB Monday, but I just want y'all to know that we're back in full attack, and we're just happy to be here, like I said, okay? And this week, we're going to be talking about let God be your identity. Now, a lot of us are out here living in a world that ultimately seems like it's an identity crisis, right? Nobody knows who they really are. Everybody is following the leader. The leader is following the leader. Like, everybody is like, we all look up to these mystical figures and these celebrities and these people who present themselves as one way. And we, try to imitate them, or we try to stick with the trend, or we try to, just live and operate outside of who God made us to be. And that's why I'm here today recording this video, letting you know that God is only looking for you to be you, baby. And when I say let God be your identity, let the God in you be louder than anything that you see in this world. Let it shine brighter than anything you've ever experienced, because it holds its own mold, its own shape, and it genuinely wants to evolve, let's say, your flesh and make you more of a spiritual being than just like an earthly man or someone operating and living in sin. So when I say let God be your identity, right, I have a few steps here that will help you let God be your identity. Okay. The first thing, right? So really quick before I get into that, everybody knows the story of Adam and Eve, right? When Eve bit that apple, she separated spirit from flesh, right? So we no longer operated and did everything that God told us to do, because Eve thought that she was above that, and she wanted to operate outside of living with and being with God. So when she did that, she effed everything up for us. I wish I had like a little dolphin joining me, like, but anyway, she messed. Hold up. I don't know how the lipstick be. Hold up. I'm sorry. She messed up everything for us because she exposed us to the knowledge of good and evil, right? And that knowledge of good and evil can really can make a spirit be in torment, right? Because we are all spirits. We're all from God. We all are from creation. With that being said, knowledge of evil in this world could really cause us to clamp up and to go into torment, because honestly it's freaking terrifying, right? Like, it's not where we come from. It's not our home. It's not our souls. It's not our spirits. So when you come into contact with something very negative in this world, and you come from a positive place of stability and love and purity and peace and serenity, yeah, you're gonna be a bit shooken up, right? And some people, because of this knowledge of evil, have turned to different vices, whether it's drinking, smoking, drugs, sex, being mean, being hateful, becoming the becoming the vice, like becoming the thing that they hate the most. And I really feel like, there takes a certain level of responsibility, as we have as humans. As humanity, it's our job to open up and receive God and receive what He has for us and what He wants for us, so that we in turn could live in the spirit and be within that serenity. So I just say to everybody out there, do not let the knowledge of good and evil bring you torment into your life. Understand and accept the fact that God got you. He is taking you down a path to show His glory, to expel the evil in this world, and to bring the light, bring to fruition His children of light, His children of God, so we can be representations of the good in this world. You have to make, at a certain point in time, you have to make a conscious decision to be a good figure into this world, right? Like you have to make a conscious decision as a human to pour into this world, especially if you come from a, an era or a space of trauma or pain or anything that you've experienced that you don't quite like. Don't become what you hate. Like if you had an alcoholic father, try not to become an alcoholic. Like, that's not good. You have the knowledge of that evil. Now you can take that knowledge and walk throughout life through the spirit, through good. I haven't gotten a chance to really like mentally dive into the other side of that spectrum, which is the good, because when I say that Eve separated spirit and flesh, like I seriously just feel like our spirits is enough. Like there is no good, there is no evil when it comes to our spirits. But I'm not about to sit here and ramble on about something that I'm waiting for the Lord to reveal more to me. But y'all heard me, all right? The knowledge of evil, the knowledge of the things that you've been through should not consume you to where your identity is not with Christ. We need your identity with God. We need your identity with Allah. Like, we need your identity with the Lord, okay? And God presents himself to us all differently because we all have different, like, we have the same spirit, but we all have a uniqueness to us. There is no two leaves that's the same. Two fingerprints that's the same. God is so awesome. He's so amazing. He's so popping that he really got all these like different rocks out here, like sediment rocks, like metamorphic rocks, you know what I'm saying? Volcanic rocks. I forget the name of it. I think it's oceanic, whatever. Oceanic. No. Anyway, I'm getting off track. But welcome. Okay, welcome to the ICanB show, because we're going to talk about how we can be and live in God's identity. Okay, so that was our intro. Moving on to step 1, right? This is the first way that you can really let God be your identity. You can step away and step out of the mold of all this cheap stuff, right? First thing is, accept God as the OG in your life. Okay, I know y'all have heard people say accept God as your Lord and Savior. The altar call at the end of the day, come on down, accept God. Yeah, but when I say accept God as the OG in your life, like, he really need to come before your parents. Like, he need to come before your sister, your brother, your best friend. He need to come before them vices that you go to. I always tell people, like, with people who be struggling with addiction or just smoking or drinking, and like, they want to like, just do that. I tell people, like, it's okay to like have those things that help you like chill at the end of the day, or things that you like to do, but you have to go to God first. Like, if you're having a bad day and you go home and you decide to have a drink before you go to the Lord, something is wrong, sis. Something is wrong, bro. Like, you are living in a reality, numbing yourself away probably from something that God is trying to show you, or from a prayer that you need to pray to get revelation over your experience. When God asks us to pray, you don't know exactly what you're going to pray for. God will put those words on your heart, so you realize and figure out exactly where you're at in life. And you're talking to God, so you can let it go. Let it out, baby. Figure out where you are at your vantage point by going to God first. So when I say let God be your OG, when you come home, and you're having a good day, bad day, because we need to praise him in every season, right? When you come home, if you don't pray before you decide to drink or smoke or release yourself in whatever type of way, then you're doing it wrong, baby. Like, you're not doing it right. Okay, that's why I tell people, like, it's okay to have these things that you indulge in, but if you don't go to the Lord first, that's when it becomes a major sin. That's when you are putting that before God. And if you put alcohol before God, if alcohol becomes your God, you're going to have a life that reflects that. If weed becomes your God, you're going to have a life that reflects that. If whatever comes before your God, a man you put before your God, sex before your God, your life is going to reflect that. Your fruit is going to be like it's not going to be what you need it to be. So, with that being said, you need to remember that God is OG and you need to put God first, because he is the one that's in control. For real, letting God be your identity, you release control. You wait for his calling. You wait for his instructions. You wait for the next best thing that he has called you to do. Right? Like, I truly believe, like, when we have like anxiety or we start stressing out, it's because we're not living our life right. And God is trying to steer you in one direction and you trying to go in another. Right? Like Eve, trying to keep Shorty on track. Happy in the kingdom, but she want to go and try to live outside of God and put something else before God. And now here we are, struggling to have these babies, different things, right? Like siblings hating each other, all types of stuff. But I just say, like, we have to come to a firmness within us that God is in control, not me, baby. I'm merely but a child. That's daddy for real. Like, that's my man, my number one. You can always go to God. So please, like, if you single, or if you're, if you ain't have your dad in your life, I'm getting so real with y'all on this video, because I'm serious. Like, if you didn't have your father in your life, bro, God is daddy enough for all of us in every way. Like, I promise you, he will fill those voids, and he will put you in rooms to fill those voids. He will give you scripture to fill those voids. He will tell you a book to read to fill those voids. And then before you know it, it's not a void no more. You are an energy source for the most high. You are an energy source for the most high. So remember, like, that's the goal. That's the goal. We're trying to be representations of God. We're letting God be our identity, which means that we have to listen to him, because only he knows how to render us. Only he knows our wants and our needs. Only he knows our desires, because he put them on our heart. And if he put a desire on your heart for love, for marriage, for, success, for, the ability to inspire others and change the world, like, then you need to know that that's enough. Like, that desire, that identity, those gifts, those talents, those abilities is enough for you to exist in his lifetime and get, like, what you want plus more. What the Lord has for you is out of this world, beyond your dream. You can't even imagine it, baby. But you got to walk hand in hand with the king. You got to put that one foot in front of the other. When he tells you to put that one foot in front of the other. And trust me, y'all, I know it can be stressful, and I'm not going to stay on this topic for too long, except God is the OG in your life. Like, when you have a certain amount of people that you take care of, right? When you have responsibilities and they're dragging you down underneath, you got to realize that you're putting too much pressure on yourself. You're merely a child, merely a positioned figure in any place at any time that God put you there. So if God chose you, why are you looking to be chosen from anybody else? Why are you looking to make sense to anybody else? Why are you, I want to say, like, letting people use you past your limit? That's something else to unpack, right? But I'm saying, like, you're nobody's pawn, but you're a child of God. And God knows the desires of your heart. He knows the life that he wants you to live. And that's one of peace and serenity and hope and to get to the next stage. So you just got to stay mentally locked in with the Lord. Know that he's your OG. Know that he is the one, his opinion is the one that counts at the end of the day. Don't show up trying to be that or anything for anybody else, but just be who God made you to be. And if God made you a leader, if he gave you love, if he gave you joy, if he gave you kindness, then exuberate that. But don't force it. We're not forcing anything in our lives. Like, we're not doing that. Is why would I force anything when God, snapped his fingers and I was created. You know what I'm saying? Like, he picked me. You don't gotta pick me, boo. You don't gotta pick me. You gotta pick God and let God pick you. And, well, he already picked you. Anyway, I don't want to ramble. Because this is our, first vid back in a little minute. So I'm trying to give y'all some love, because y'all deserve it. Alright. So, keep God first. Make sure he's an OG in your life. Learn to surrender. He is your guardian. He is your protector. He is the head honcho around this joint. So look to him. Anytime you are in need, anytime that you need some extra loving in your life, and or to be reaffirmed that you are in the right place, you are in the right season, go to the Lord. Go home, fall to your knees, and let God know how you feeling before you go to any and anything else, okay? Oh, excuse me. So, the next step is fast, right? Now, make fasting a lifestyle, right? So if you fast from something, obviously you know it's not good for you, or obviously it's not serving you in that season. So when you fast for something, you can start off small, right? Start off with a 30-day fast, a 40-day fast. But eventually, like, just cut it out your life, sis or bro. Like, if you, as a human, have made the conscious decision to fast from it, why not make the conscious decision to create your dream lifestyle around you, right? Like fasting should be a lifestyle. If you know it's not good for you, stay away from it. If you know it's slowing you down, stay away from it. If you know you druggy because of it, stay away from it. If you know it's sucking the soul out of you slowly but surely, stay away from it. Monitor your light. Monitor your luminous. Your luminy, excuse me, y'all, I don't know the right word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, if your light's starting to get dim from doing something, fast from it and make that a lifestyle. I don't do that no more. That's not my vibe. Like, God is taking over. Like, his purpose for me is really what's coming to fruition right now. His purpose for my existence is making me know that I'm better than that. Or that's too earthly for me. That's too worldly for me. Or it's just not helping me get to where I gotta go. And I gotta fulfill this prophecy, y'all. Or I'm gonna have anxiety. I'm gonna be stressed out. And I'm going to hate myself. So if you don't want to hate yourself, if you don't want to be in a constant battle between your flesh and your spirit, make fasting a lifestyle. No, if something's not good for you. If you at work and you know you got that toxic coworker that you want to stay away from, and you decided, I ain't messing with that person, make that like 365 days. Keep your certain distance, right? Like, stop walking into a fire and you know you're gonna get burned. Like, you're worth it. You're that person. Like, God chose you. He made you. He sent you to earth in this time and at this accordance with your gifts, with your abilities, with your talents, and with your strengths. So if God made you, live in his glory, because that is your true story. So where the mic when you need it? All right. So, yeah. So my last tip, the second tip was fast, make fasting a lifestyle. My third tip is believe you are worthy to be and represent God. A lot of us have seen the horror stories of pastors who turned out to be adulterers and all types of crazy stuff, right? Like, we have seen the evil in this world from people who, represent God, and, a righteous man falls 7 times, you know what I'm saying? All in all, don't be evil. Like, that's OP. But you got to believe that you are worthy to represent God. So you have to live in practice of the things that you preach, right? When I say make fasting a lifestyle, like, if you know something's not good for you, don't do it. So practice what the Lord reveals to you, right? When you get into your studies and you become more knowledgeable about, your spirit, your flesh, the things that that the book says and warns us about, like, if you know something, do it. You know, they say that God, he will punish the person who knows not to do it and does it anyway before he punishes the person who does not know, who's uninformed, and who's maybe, you know, living in shame, who's living in pain, who's living in torment, who's in the darkness but wants to get out. He will show that person a lot more mercy than he will show someone who has been through it, who has had the revelation and continues to sin. Okay? So the way to feel and know and believe that you are worthy in God's eyes, first of all, you're worthy in his eyes regardless, right? God's grace is sufficient. He loves everything he created. That's a gift. That's just a simple gift. To have God's love on your side. I'm talking about the man who made the universe, y'all. The man who made every flower, every leaf, every like thing that we see, who made light that allows us to see images and see things, like that God made you. He chose you to come here at this certain time and do these certain things and be a friend to these people and be a daughter and be a son and to be a mother and to be a father and to be a friend. You know, he chose you. So with him choosing you, you have to know that you are worthy of being chosen. You are the chosen one. You are the representation because you have this. For one, you watch this video, but you are interested in becoming more like God, more with God. You want God to show up before you show up. You want his spirit to be known before your spirit is to be known. Every simultaneous, but you know, God the OG. You have to be obedient, my man, like my boy, like my nigga, like you have to live and practice what God reveals to you every step in the way that he does that. So if God told you, yo, I gave you a purpose, baby. If you have a dream and you know where you're going and you know how to get there, which is excellence, which is showing up for yourself, which is reading those books, which is not letting the enemy torment you or knock you off your square because you know that it's not from God, if it's negative as ever. So just please, like, you know, remember what the good Lord feels like, and that's serenity, that's peace, that's prayer, that's calmness, and go towards that energy. Stay on that energy, stay on that path. Like, let God lead your steps. And that starts with listening to him and knowing you're worthy to listen to him. A lot of us like look at obedience and we like, oh, like, God, I'm scared. Like, you want me to walk into that room and talk to him? Who am I? Oh, baby, I'll tell you who it is, who you are. You are my child. You are my love. You are my protected one. You are at my footstep, at my footprint. You are a kingdom kid. So why are you tripping, boo? Go talk to him. First of all, it's a pleasure to talk to you as a child of God. That's the energy y'all need to come. That's when I talk about worthiness. I'm talking about walking into a room and knowing that you're graced to be there. Knowing that every time, every footstep that you make is blessed. The ground is blessed because you have entered the room. Because you are receiving God. Because you are letting him pour into you. Because you are refusing to not become who he has made you to be. I know it's hard, y'all. It's hard sometimes, though, when you're living with people that is not on that same type time, that's living in sin, that's low-key, like, kind of cursed because they don't listen to God, for real, like, and they're stuck in a lesson, and they're stuck in a frequency, and they're stuck in an alignment that is way away from where you're at, where you're trying to be. That energy, those spirits can be soul-sucking, and they you know, energy is real, like, who you stand next to in a room, like, y'all energies combine in a way. I don't really know the science behind it, but get away from people who don't believe in you, who don't think that you're worthy, right? So if God gave you a promise, he gave you a gift, and you're around people who is jealous of that gift, they're going to try to sabotage you, right? They're going to say things, they're going to energetically come for you, like, it's just stuff like that, right? But you have to know that you're worthy of getting in your energy and getting in your alignment and staying on your path and staying where you need to be so that you can serve God. If you serve God, nothing will come between that. God will make your gift will make room for you. God will make room for you to be able to serve him in a way that's healthy for you. And if you're struggling in a way and you're trying, you feel like you're doing the Lord's work, but you're still surrounded by people who are draining you, pray about it, ask God to deliver you, ask God to give you a space to call your own, ask God to show you the way so that, and I promise you, he shows up for you. Like, he is a promise keeper. I've had prayers answered immediately, even like not even full-blown prayers. I'll just be like, God, please show me the way. Like, God, please help me. God, please help me. God, please help me. God, please help me. Like, please help me. Please help me. And he has come through almost immediately. So I think that it's important for us to stay on this path of knowing that everything is okay and God will make a way. And we are worthy of being in God's way. We're worthy of obedience. We're worthy of prudence, right? Like, you, as a woman, the society we live in teaches us that prudence is not a good thing. Like, oh, she's a prude, she don't know how to da-da-da-da-da. But it's like, for real, like, at the end of the day, like, exclusivity is like quality over quantity. So if your prudence is important because you ain't no wraparound shorty, you ain't everybody's cup of tea. So why would you give yourself to everybody? Why would you let everybody see you shake your booty butt all the time? Like, all right, if you got that in you, like, save it for your husband. Save it for the man that God chose for you, because it's worth it, And I'm like, I want to say this, like, when you meet the person that you feel like, it's like God has for you, or you meet somebody that you really, really like, you'll get to a point where you wish you never met anybody else. Where you wish you just held on. Held on. So for the exclusivity, because the person that you love, like, you gonna want them to have something special, something that's just theirs. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Know that you are worthy of exclusivity, worthy of prudence, worthy of not being touched, because God is the one who has his hand on your life. And if somebody is trying to come around and be in your life, but they're not one-on-one with God, and God's hand not on their life, then you're going to become more fleshly than you are spirit. And to be honest, like, while God made our flesh and it's beautiful and this earth is amazing, we are trying to restore it in the sense of a spirit. Like, we want to restore where we come from so that it can feel like heaven. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Thy kingdom come, heaven come down to earth, thy will be done. So we're listening to God, and we're worthy of being kingdom kids. We're worthy of living in the spirit. No matter what you've been through, what you experienced in this life, who did what to who, we don't care. We know that your spirit is strong enough to dispel any evil in this world. Evil is just it's an aspect, but your spirit is the whole thing. Your serenity has just vibrations and affirmations, and it is cosmic. It goes further than you could ever imagine. So we need to be connected with the Spirit of God. We need to show up and know that we are worthy enough to be connected with the Spirit of God and represent the Spirit of God in a way that feels true to us, and we know is true to the Lord. So that is my that's my ICanB Monday, y'all. I'm very happy to be back in full attack. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to next week. Okay. And just keep a positive mindset. Keep going. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on. Then you don't stop. Hey, don't stop till you get enough. Come on. lightning strike just now, which was God telling me that, good girl, you did what I asked you to do, and I'm proud of you. God been telling me to make these videos. Y'all can tap in and watch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is my I Can Be Monday. I love you guys also so much. Until next time, grace, babies. Love y'all. Bye.